Okay. I'm gonna sit back here so you can't see me in the video. Okay. So first, let's talk about when you were first born. So, what's your full name? What's your full name?
Dennis Glendale Robinson.
Okay. And when you were born in February
13th, 1932.
1932. Okay. So, you wanna let's talk about your parents first.
Okay.
So, your mother's name was Rita.
Rita
Right? Rita Finley.
Finley, and Dad was Irvy Robert Robinson, ER we called him.
Oh, okay. And where were they from before they lived in Texas?
Dad was born in Tennessee and then moved to Texas with his parents later. Mother was, I don't know where Mother was from. I think still, can't think now. I think she was born in Texas.
Born in Texas?
Yeah, I think she was, yeah.
What were they like growing up? Were they strict?
Were they strict?
Were your parents strict?
Mother was a little strict.
Yeah.
Dad wasn't.
No.
Dad get anything you do. He was so easygoing. I'd do something wrong and he'd call me in and Dennis, you done that, okay? Don't do that again. Mother, she'd jump all over. She never hit us, but she'd yell at me like crazy.
Right.
Dad, I never seen Dad once raise his voice in my life. He just so easygoing. Temper. He should have spanked me a lot of times.
Yeah. I'm sure.
But he didn't.
Okay. What about your aunts and uncles?
Well, Mother's family, let's see, was Jay's the one that was stealing from us, you know. And Jay, Leon, and Earl. Leon would scrounge off of us. He'd be out of work. He'd move him, his wife, and kids in with us. I'm getting an interview here.
Do you want to check the camera since you're already announced? I want to make sure, not this one. I just want to make sure I'm not in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see all of him?
Yeah.
Does it look like? Okay.
Yeah, Jay would steal from our farm. And
Okay.
Leon would be out of work. He'd come in, move in with 3 kids, and stay there for 6 months and never.
Never do anything?
Finally, he wouldn't pay a penny. Nothing.
What about his wife?
She was all right. She didn't say much, you know.
Right.
But Uncle Earl was. He was a real nice guy. He had owned his own garage there, a repair shop in Wellington. Well, yeah, Wellington it was, yeah. He was a decent guy.
Okay. What about your dad's side?
So I remember the Uncle Lawson, he was a farm boy, he was a nice guy. And what was that brother's name? I think he had a sister named Lucille, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about who it is. I know Uncle Lawson was a really nice guy, nice farm guy.
Did you get along good with your cousins?
Yeah, I didn't have any. Me and Clifton was that was Uncle Toy's boy, I think. Clifton and I were good friends growing up. We're the same age.
Okay.
Clifton Robinson. And the other CW and all them. They got a funny thing down there. They name people CW. That's it. I mean.
That's not an abbreviation?
No, that's it. Because I remember one time somebody was talking to one of my, I think it was CW, you know, and the teacher, somebody asked your name. He says, CW. He says, no, I meant your name, your whole name, not your, listen, name CW.
Wow.
I don't understand that, why they would do that. I remember 2 or 3 of them, some of my cousins were named JW and CW.
Huh.
I'm glad I got Dennis.
Yeah, you got a good one, huh? What you could have had.
Yeah, a little better, yeah.
What about cousins on your dad's side? Or your mom's side?
What?
What about Leland? He was from your mom's side, right? Uncle Earl's?
Uncle Earl was, wait a minute. Yeah, Leon, Jay, and Earl were all mother's side.
Oh, okay.
my dad's side was Uncle Lawson, Uncle Toy, and Aunt Lucille. There's another one in there somewhere. I can't think of the other one's name. They were all pretty decent people.
Yeah.
Mother had the only sleazy ones. He was Leon would scrounge off of us, and Jay would steal from us.
Right.
And I still can't figure out though why Dad wouldn't let me shoot him.
Well, do you want to tell what happened with Uncle Jay? What did he do?
Uncle Jay?
Mhm.
He'd come up when we went to town. We'd come back and our gas tanks would be half empty in the
Right.
barn. And sometimes there'd be feed stolen out of the barn, stuff like that. And our next door neighbor told us. She said, "Yeah, so we saw Jay go up and gas his tractor up at our farm said,
Mhm.
and he stole stuff." And Leon didn't steal, but he'd come into town. He'd come in and he'd be out of work, and he'd stay with us for 6 months, never pay a penny, just scrounge, you know.
Did your dad say anything?
Yeah, but Mother was. He's afraid of Mother, I think. She was.
Yeah.
They're right the opposite. Dad was so easygoing, you know. I could do anything bad, and he called me, "Now, Dennis, you shouldn't have done that. Now, don't do that again, okay?"
Mhm.
Like if I did something a little wrong, I didn't do anything real bad, but Mother, she'd jump all over us. We're afraid of her.
What would she do?
Oh, she never hit us, but she'd just yell at us and get real nasty, you know. They're extreme opposite. Dad real easy and Mother real high tempered.
Mhm.
But
Did Uncle Jay? What about when? Did he take cottonseed?
yeah, Uncle Jay was the one who was. He lived near. That was Mother's one of her brothers.
Right.
He lived near us, and he's the one to go up and steal her. Yes, his tractor up at our pump, you know.
Mhm.
Real scumbag, but I could have shot him, but they wouldn't let me.
He wouldn't.
Yeah. I guess they
Wonder
thought.
why?
I don't know. I would have shot him too.
I know you would have. What about? Okay, so let's talk about more. What about your siblings?
My
What are the order? What's the order?
my
Who's oldest?
let's see, it's Hazel Fern, Truma, Irby, and me.
How many years apart are you guys?
Hmm?
How many years apart are you?
Oh, well, I was the youngest. Irby was 3 or 4 years older than me, yeah. And Truma, Truma was, no, I was the youngest. Truma was second.
Mhm.
And then Irby was a couple of years older than her. And then Fern, my sister that died real young, you know,
Mhm.
she was a couple next to the oldest, and Hazel was the oldest.
What were they all like growing up?
They were all pretty good, yeah. I didn't have any problem with them. My brother was really nice to me.
Mhm.
He'd even when I came home from the army, he went out and got me a job working for a bakery, all that stuff, you know. And if anything I needed, I could go to him, you know. Of course, later on, I helped him out when I got working for the bank, and he was.
Mhm.
I'd help him out occasionally, even though we got along real good together. I got along good. Truma was kind of like a mother to me. She was really keeping an eye on me and make sure I had right food and everything, you know. She was like my mommy. Fern, it's a bad part about Fern. She died so young.
What happened?
Oh, it's gonna make you sick. That's Robert and Ronnie's mother, you know. She was staying with us because her husband was out of town. Let's see, Truman's, I forget her husband's name now. And I think she found out she was pregnant. And she really was terrified of it, you know. So I'm in a room one day and I heard her screaming. She's in another room across the hall from me, and I went out, and she says, "What's wrong?" She says, "I took strychnine." Well, I didn't know what strychnine most of the time. I figured it was poison, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Yeah, I took strychnine to get help, and I dashed back in and got my dad, and for all things, we started a race to the hospital. Dad's car wouldn't start.
Oh, wow.
And so son Irby was there too. My school teacher lived about a mile away. He ran all the way to my school teacher's house to get her, and she came in, and her and my dad got Fern in the car and took her to the hospital. So we were sitting there waiting. Mother's there waiting, you know, and then all of a sudden we see a car pull up, and it was just the teacher and Dad in it. And Mother started screaming because she knew, you know, because Fern didn't come back.
Right.
And she was real young to die too. So they said the story was they thought she was pregnant again, and she just didn't want to face it, you know. But that's I don't know why she had to kill herself, you know.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense. Her husband William was out of town at the time. He was working, had some kind of job out of town. So somebody had to go and call him up, you know, and have him come back. He was a pretty nice guy, William.
Well, how were your parents after that? After Fern died?
Oh, they were obviously it took them a year or two. They were still old. They were hurting for a long time.
Yeah.
But after that, they got along pretty good, you know. They got along real good together, Mother and Dad. Mother was the boss.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Huh?
Sounds like someone else I know. Maybe that's where you got it from, right?
Yeah. I think it was my boss too.
Mm-hmm.
I was always let her have her way.
I'd say so.
I know.
What about, so who kept Robert and Ronnie? Your parents did, right? They grew up with you?
No. Fern died, and Robert was a baby, and he stayed with us.
Mm-hmm.
And Ronnie went right back with his father on the farm.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't see him very often. And I don't know how, I'm surprised that his dad would let him, I don't know why. Because William came over to get Robert one time, and Mother started crying, and he let her, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He was real nice, he just let Robert stay, you know. I couldn't have left my kid there, but
Right.
he feels sorry for my mother, you know.
Right.
But he came over like every week. He'd come and check on him and take care of it. Anything Robert needed, he'd do it, you know.
How old were you at the time?
When my sister died, she died January the 8th, 1944. I was 12. Well, I'd be 13 the next day after with that, yeah. That's about the worst day of my life.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It has to be hard to go through that young.
Yeah. We were sitting there waiting for the teacher to bring Fern back, you know, and we saw the car pull up and the teacher got out and Fern wasn't with her. The mother started screaming.
Mm-hmm.
She just was devastated over it, you know. William had a job to do out of town. He was staying out of town during weekdays. For some reason, the kind of job he was doing, I don't know what it was. But somebody had to call him up, you know.
Right. But what about Aunt Hazel and Aunt Truma? Were you close to them when you grew up, or?
Yeah, Truma was probably closest, so she's just my age, you know,
right.
A couple of years older than me. And Hazel, real nice lady too. And of course, Fern, I didn't get to spend much time with her when she was so young, you know. But I got along good with all of them.
That's good. What about the time you went hunting with Uncle Irby?
Oh, that's what I did. I was little. I shouldn't have been carrying a gun. I was probably 10 or 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he'd going on ahead of me. I walked way behind and all the darn things. He hid in there. I don't know whether he was going to scare me or something in the bushes. And I saw something in the bushes, and I raised up and I thought it was a rabbit or something. I fired, hit him in the chin.
Oh goodness. Was he okay?
Yeah, he was okay. He had to go to the hospital, and then they brought him back. It wasn't terrible. But I was dumbfounded after. I thought it was something in those bushes that was.
Right.
Wasn't too smart on his part either. I was only, I guess I was 10 or 12 years old or something like that. I don't remember now. I shouldn't have been carrying a gun. Really.
Right. What was the town like that you grew up in?
Well, I grew up first was out on the farm, out in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where was that? Was in Quail?
we were near Quail,
Mm-hmm.
and that was, it had a gas station and a store and a small grocery store and a post office. That's about all it was. It's a little tiny town.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay, but we really wanted to shop. We had to drive into Wellington, which was much.
How far away was that?
Oh, it's about 10 miles away, 8 or 10 miles across. It wasn't far either way.
Mm-hmm.
But Wellington had stores. They had a bunch of different stores and drug stores and stuff like that, you know. That's where we did all the shopping mostly. Quail had nothing but like I said, a gas station and a little feed store or something. About all it was. There was nothing there.
And how old were you when you lived there?
When I lived at Quail?
Was that where you were born?
No, I was born at, when was I born? Yeah, I guess I was born in Quail, yeah. We were living in Quail.
Were you there for elementary school?
I went to grade school at this little town called Will Nulser. I don't know where they got that name. I think they said the three men, one was named Wilson, and the other one was Null, and the other one was something else, and they called it Will Nulser, a little community town. That's where I went to grade school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to, we moved to, Quail High School, Quail for high school, Then I dropped out and joined the Army. That was smart.
Yeah. What was the house like that you lived in? Was it like big or just one floor?
Let's see. At Quail, it was a decent size. It had like 2 or 3 bedrooms, and nothing great, but it was big enough for us.
Right. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Okay, we have 1 minute left on this camera.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so how did you get to school?
I used to ride a horse to school.
Mm-hmm.
When I was real little, they drove me on horse and wagon. They took me to school. We didn't have a car or something. Then as I got into junior high, I rode a horse to school, to Quail, high school particularly. And they had a corral there. You'd go there and unsaddle the horses and then saddle up when it's time to go home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the horse didn't want to go in the morning. He got home and saddled up to go home. He couldn't hold him back. He'd fight him. He wanted to run all the way back to the barn. He wanted to see the other horses, you know.
Right. That's cute.
That was it. Go back to his home.
What would you do when it snowed? You would take the horse in the snow?
Yeah, if it was real bad, we didn't go. But if it was decent, the horse could go good in the snow. Better than a car.
Right. Did you ever get stuck at school with the snow?
No, I don't remember ever.
What about the blizzard?
Hmm?
Was there a blizzard when you were at school?
Yeah, we had a blizzard one time where I was stuck there for a few hours before I could get home. Had some bad blizzards in Texas sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What really scared Mother made us go to the dugout because they had tornadoes down there.
Right.
And every time a cloud came up, we had to go in that cellar. Got tired of it.
Did you ever see a tornado?
Hmm?
Did you ever see a tornado?
Ever sleep?
Did you ever see a tornado?
No, not really. I never seen one. I saw damage afterwards. Someone
Right.
did. There's a little town you think Higgins, it was only about 10 miles from us, 10 or 15 miles from us. And it was just small. It had a gas station and a little store and a post office or something like that, and a couple other little buildings. And a tornado hit it and just leveled it. And thank God nobody was there.
Wow.
Nobody got hurt. They were all, it was just a shopping place, you know. But it leveled those stores and little post office and everything.
Right.
Just leveled it. Tornadoes it's like a bomb going off when they hit.
Yeah, that's scary. Alright, I'm gonna, I think that this video camera is out, but that's not what we talked about. We're almost done with your younger years. We have a few more things.
Okay.
Let me see how much time is left. Alright. This camera.
Is that taping it or something?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I better not say nothing dirty, have
Too late for that. It's already recorded. Alright. That camera's done, so we have to get either. Let me stop this one for a second. Alright. There we go.
Okay.
So, right back at it. So, what kind of farm did you live on? What did you guys grow at the farm?
Farm cotton.
Cotton?
That's what we sold cotton. That's where we got the money from.
Mm-hmm.
But we also raised chickens and hogs, and we had some milk cows. We sold milk to a dairy downtown, you know. Take it down there. No, we didn't sell milk. We sold, I think, what did we do now? I think they separated the cream or something and sold the cream downtown or something.
Oh, okay.
I forgot now.
Okay. Did you ever have to pick the cotton?
Always picked the cotton.
Yeah. Were you the primary picker?
They didn't have these cotton pickers like they did now. We had to pick it and put it in a bag behind us. Me and my brothers and sisters, mostly me and my brother and my dad would pick it. But it was a rough job because they have those little thorns on a cotton ball, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you wear gloves, you had to be real careful.
Right.
And we take it to a gin downtown and sell it, you know. That's what we made our money off of, what little there was.
Right. And then, did you ever skip school, or were you
Skip school?
Did you ever skip school?
Very seldom. Once in a while the weather would be too bad or something, and a couple of times we'd be working too hard. I had to stay home a couple of days and have Dad, you know, the cotton or something like that. But that's about all. Most of the time I went.
Did you ever play hooky and get caught?
Yeah.
What happened?
I went. They just yelled at me. Me and some other boy, I forgot what we did. We played hooky and goofed around all day and went home, and unfortunately the teacher had told my parents about it.
Mm-hmm.
He just yelled at me, and my mother did.
Didn't he drive past you?
Mm-hmm.
He drove past you walking home?
No. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. One time we walked, we cut out of school and I was walking home, and it saw us and kept on going.
Wouldn't even
Let
give
me
you a
walk.
ride? Yeah, I can imagine.
Because he went to school to get us, and so teacher told me I hadn't been there. But I was walking home like I was going home from school. so I had a long walk. It went for a couple miles, 2 or 3 miles maybe at the most.
Did you ever steal anything?
Hmm?
Did you ever steal anything when you were a kid? What did you steal?
I stole the watermelon. I told you.
Where did you take it from?
I stole it, and I was real proud of myself. I carried that thing all the way about a mile or two from it. I was walking home from school, and I saw this little farmer. He had hundreds of watermelons. And I said, well, he don't need all of them. He'll miss them, you know. And I grabbed the watermelon, I took it, and carried it all the way back to the house. I was real proud, you know. And got there, and my dad made me take it back. I carried that damn thing all the way back to the farm. And of all the nasty things happened, I went up and apologized to the farmer, and he just broke out laughing. He said, oh, you can keep it. I had to carry it all the way back. I carried that watermelon about 3 miles.
Probably didn't even want it by the time you got back.
I don't want a watermelon after that. No. I don't think I ever stole anything else.
Learned your lesson the first time.
I always get caught.
Right.
I wasn't too smart a thief.
Do you remember Bonnie and Clyde, like when you were little, or did you hear about that?
Bonnie and Clyde, yeah, they were active around there then. I can't remember. I think they were hanging around there, somewhere around Wellington or something, or in that part of Texas. I don't remember much about them, but.
Was everyone all worried, or
Mm-hmm.
was everyone worried about it?
No, I never heard much about it. They didn't bother anybody on the farm. I don't know what all they did. I didn't know much about them.
Didn't they shoot one of great granddad's cousins?
Oh yeah. That's right. Cause I remember somebody was saying that. Oh, they should have. I don't know what they did. Bonnie and Clyde shot him or something anyway, and. I think it's my uncle or somebody said, you know, he shot their cousin or something.
Hmm. So, did you have any girlfriends when you were in high school and middle school?
Yeah, I have not really, nothing real great. I'm trying to think what it was. When I was walking home, I'd walk around with, and I can't even think of her name now. If she wasn't that important. Oh, Wanda Combs was one.
Wanda Combs.
Yeah. Oh, and the other one was kind of pretty one. Frankie Hargrove. Hargrove was her last name. She's the one. She's pretty. I was dating her, but then I went in the army, and sent me to Korea and all that stuff, you know. And I was in Korea, and she sent me a Dear John. You know, I thought, well, it didn't bother me that much, you know. But some of the guys already said, boy, that's really lousy of her to do that while you're in front lines, you know, really lousy. I thought, no big deal. And I got home from Korea, and I'm walking out with one of my friends, and my buddies came up and said, oh, Dennis, here's Frankie Hargrove's phone number. He says, she wants you to call her again. I said, oh, yeah? He says, I guess that means no. I don't want to call her. She dumped me then. I wouldn't give her a second. She didn't give her a second chance.
She didn't know who she was dealing with, huh?
I wasn't that crazy about her, you know.
Yeah. How did you decide to join the Army? How did that...
Oh, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be a tough guy, you know. And my brother had served in World War II. And,
was he drafted, or did he...
He was drafted, yeah. I still remember the day I had a whole bunch of guys in town at Wellington. They called them in, and I remember the guys calling their names out, calling Irving Robinson, and each one of them had to go and get on a bus. That had to be rough, get drafted into the Army. I was dumb. I joined. Guess it's a good thing I did. I wouldn't...
Yeah, I wouldn't be here today if you didn't.
I probably wouldn't be here either.
What did you, so how old were you when you joined?
17. In 1950, I was almost 18. 17, and I wasn't old enough to sign, but I had to get a parent. And my dad signed for me to join.
Mhm.
Boy, my mother raised hell with him.
Yeah.
Ooh, she was furious about it. But I guess in the long run, it's a good thing I did.
Yeah.
Got out of Texas.
So your dad was okay with you going into the army?
Yeah, Dad, he'd do anything. You tell Dad. I'd do something wrong, he'd just say, call me in there, Dennis, you shouldn't have done that. Now, don't do that again.
Right.
Him and Mother were right the opposite. Boy, she'd jump up. She never beat us, but she'd yell at us like crazy. Dad, he'd just say, yeah, don't do it again, and all this stuff. That's all he ever,
Right.
that's the loudest he ever got.
So how long after you signed up for the army did you have to go to Korea?
Well, I had basic training for about, what's the basic, 8 or 10 months. And they sent me to Aberdeen, and that's where I met Eileen, you know, and we went to Carlins Park.
Mm-hmm.
I was going up, me and my buddy, and saw the two girls. I told you that, didn't
Yeah, well, who did...
I? I said, me and my buddies going up. I'm facing this tall blonde, you know, and he's over here facing Eileen, you know, on that side of the road, the ditch. And I looked up and I thought, I want that little one. I said, wait a minute, I got to tie my shoe. I faced like that, and I got back facing her. He yelled at me the next day.
Who was that guy?
What's his name now? I can't forget what his name was now. Oh, darn it, I should remember that. Anyway, I yelled, where are you going? She says, follow us and find out. The bad part was, I just dated her a few times. I had a date with her the following Saturday, and I was supposed to be there, you know, and the captain came in the barracks. There's like 30 or 40 of us in the barracks, you know. He said, get your things, get your things. I said, what? He says, get on a plane, you're going, you're flying to Korea, you know. And I said, well, I got to call somebody can call my parents. If they didn't have a phone, I'd get somebody.
Right.
Call next door to them or something, tell them. He said, get on a plane. My parents didn't know I was in Korea until they got a message from them that I was wounded in action.
Oh my goodness.
That had to be a hard thing. So the Secretary of the Army has regrets to inform you that your son was wounded in action. Wasn't bad. I was lucky I didn't get hurt.
What happened the first time?
Hmm?
How did you get hurt?
The first time was a North Korean. We were attacking this North Korean hill, you know, and North Korean threw a grenade over, and it didn't hit. It don't hit you. It explodes near you, you know. And I got a piece of it. I still feel it right there.
Oh, really?
A little piece of grenade went in there. And another time I got an artillery shell hit not far from us. I got knocked out completely from it. But guess I got a little brain left. I don't know much.
Enough to get by.
Yeah, and it hurt. I had an eye injury. My eye was hurt too when that artillery shell went off, or mortar shell, whatever it was. How
did you like the people that you went to Korea with?
Hmm?
How did you like the other people in your unit in Korea?
I was lucky. All of them were good people.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank Blizzard, Willis Johnson, Wilbur Webb, and Kim Sek-Pooney, Kim Soon-Hai. Almost all the peer men in career named Kim.
Mm-hmm.
They called me in one day, you got to report to the company commander. And I said, what did I do wrong? You'll find out when you get there. And I went back all the way down the hill to the company commander. And this my sergeant was I forget his name now. Sergeant Nelson was, yeah. He said, you got to report to the company commander. And I thought, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. You'll find out when you get there. Sergeant Condon, that's what it was. And I got back there and I reported to Lieutenant, and he said, through the Condon, says, "Is this the Robinson you're talking to me about?" He said, "Yes, sir, this is him." I said, "What did I do wrong, sir? What did I do wrong?" He said, "You didn't do much wrong." He says, "Sergeant Condon wants me to promote you to sergeant." I skipped private, first class, and corporal.
Oh, wow.
I said, "What?" I says, Stephen Condon was his name, right? He said, "How old are you, Robinson?" I said, 18. He broke out laughing. He said, "Well, you're a sergeant now."
How did you do that? How did they make you skip?
Huh?
How did they get you to skip him?
Well, they can do anything you want. You know? I mean, no, if he wants to make you a captain or a major or sergeant or nothing, the company commander can make you whatever he wants.
Did you get any more like privileges being sergeant?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any more privileges being sergeant, or?
No, not really. You just led 10 men with squad. That's when I got this guy Blizzard and Johnson. He was, I don't know how he felt. He was a lot older than I was. All this stuff. I don't know how he felt with an 18-year-old sergeant leading him up the hill.
You bossing them around. So, what about what were they like? What were Blizzard and Johnson like?
They were nice people, good people. Yeah. Blizzard. I talked to Blizzard recently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's one in New Jersey.
Right.
And he even came down here one time. He's still going. They were nice people. And I had 3 or 4 Korean boys in my squad.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnson, Blizzard, Webb, and I forget, 5 or 6 white, Americans.
Did they all make it back?
Hmm?
Did they all make it home?
Johnson and Blizzard made it home. Several of the others didn't. My platoon leader, the lieutenant who commanded a whole platoon of like 4 squads, he was, I'm trying to think of his name now. He's the one that, he was killed over there, and he's the one that the boys got on the computer and they said, "Dad, you know Lieutenant, what the hell's his name now? I should remember that." I said, "Yeah, that was my lieutenant." And this lady had, Lieutenant Millar was in it. Mm-hmm. She put an article in one of the Army magazines or some magazine, wanted to know if anybody knew her father who was killed over there. And I said, "That's my lieutenant."
Right.
And it had her phone number on there, so I called her up. And she wanted to know what had happened to me. And I said, "No, he was hit, right, he was dead, instantly, And the boys drove me over and we saw her. She's in Howard County.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wanted to know all the details of it and so forth,
Did she give you anything?
Hmm?
Did she give you that painting?
Did she what?
She gave you that painting, right? Of the Korean War Memorial?
Oh yeah, she's the one that gave me that picture.
Mm-hmm.
I still got it on the wall. She painted it and had a picture of a story about soldiers, She's a nice lady. I don't know if I call her. I don't have her phone number anywhere, but she lives right in Howard County.
Do you remember seeing Lieutenant Scooter Burke?
Oh yeah, yeah.
When did you see him?
He started the Korean War Veterans Association.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an article in there, about their head of Korean War. I said, "Well, I'm going to join that, and I joined it. Went to join it, and I went over there, and they had a Korean War Veterans meeting in some high school gym, I guess it was, I don't know. And I'm sitting out there with all these other men, and he was a colonel when he retired. And all the big officers were up there on the stage, up there sitting, colonels, captains, and so forth, And all of a sudden, that little shithead jumped off the stage and come over, grabbed me by the arm. He said, "Hey, Robinson, how are you?" I said, "Well, yeah, fine, sir." called it Scooterberg. I guess he wrote it Scooter School or something. He said, "Come on, you're." I said, "Sure, they're all colonels. I can't sit up here. Come, you're going with us. You're going with me." And he gets me up on the stage and says, "This is my sergeant. He sits with us."
Aww.
I felt like a damn fool. All these other men, some of them were laughing about it.
Well, if he wanted you there, it must have been something.
Yeah, I guess.
But did you see him at a hotel in D.C. for one of the reunions? Arguing with a receptionist?
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah, one time here. One time, Scooter Burke. Yeah, they had Korean War veterans. That's when I'm here. So, but I don't know if he's down in. I don't know where he's at now. Well, yeah, he's the one who made me sit on the stage. Up on stage with him. And then my company commander was Joe W. Finley. And the same thing, the boys, Mickey and a couple of boys got on. And I don't know how they do that. They get on a computer or something. He said, we got Captain Finley. It's Colonel Finley now. He's in Georgia. The boys drove me to Georgia.
Oh, yeah?
I rap on the door and he comes down. I said, "Sergeant Robinson reporting here." He's a nice guy. Joe W. Finley.
Is he related to you?
Hmm?
Is he related? That's your mom's maiden name, right?
No, he didn't know when. He's raised down in Georgia.
Huh.
Yeah, it is strange, yeah.
That is
Finley.
weird. Wow. What about when you were in the foxhole with Johnson? Was it Johnson you were in the foxhole with? And you were gonna leave to go get breakfast or something?
I'm trying to think. I probably was in with Willis Johnson, probably. What happened there? I don't remember.
Someone had that you were in the foxhole with him and you were going to let him go get breakfast, but he insisted that you go.
Oh, yeah. He wanted me to go with him or something. I forget now what that was. I don't know.
Well, someone had thought that when you went to go get breakfast and he was in there, then the foxhole had like a grenade come in and he wound up dying.
Oh.
Maybe it wasn't Johnson. I don't know.
Oh, no, he was killed. Is that the one? Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you was talking back in the States.
Oh, no.
No, there was a guy, I'm trying to think who that was now. Can't remember his name now. Yeah, I went to get the food for us, and he came back. The North Koreans had threw a shell in, a grenade, and killed him. I can't remember who that was now.
What about when you played draw?
Played what?
When you played like draw, like in the old Western movies with the guns with someone over there? And they accidentally fired at you?
I don't remember that.
Someone said that you were with someone, I don't know who it was, but over there, and you guys decided to play draw with your guns, and their gun accidentally fired and went right by your face and almost hit you.
Oh, yeah.
Who was that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah. I can't remember who it was, though.
What happened?
It didn't hurt me.
It just went right by you?
Just scared the hell out of me. I don't know why he was playing around with that gun like that.
What about, did you ever have to watch any of, like, the Korean children?
The Korean one?
Children?
No. Children?
When you went to a house and the boy's parents had died?
Oh, yeah, we keep them just till we found some other Koreans to take care of them. We keep them maybe overnight or something like that and get them back. Some other Koreans would take them. The Koreans are animals. The North Koreans particularly, they were cruel. They captured their men, they tortured them to death. It don't make sense. Japanese were that way too. World War II. I got a card the other day from Blizzard up in New Jersey.
Oh, really?
He sent us a card about it, sympathy card, about Eileen. Some of them, Mickey must have called him. He lives in Bridgeton, New Jersey. It's only a couple hours away. Sent me a nice card.
That is nice. So how would the Koreans, how would they fight? Did they like blend in with the people in the villages, or?
Sometimes they would. They'd hide out and sneak fire at us, but sometimes they'd just charge at us. You know, and we'd attack them. They'd be in foxholes. We'd have to charge up the hill, and that's when you got hit, when you were charging up the hill. But most of the time they'd be charging against us. You know, we'd be in the foxhole firing down at them.
Was it really cold there? What time of the year were you there? Like in the summer or the winter?
I got there in the fall, and the winter was bitter. It'd be like 40 below zero.
Wow.
You could freeze to death if you didn't. They sent us, it was a little late, but they finally sent some heavy coats over for us. And we couldn't build a fire, because they'd see it, you know. So we just snuggle up and take it. I don't know why people got to have wars. Do you ever think of there's some other way to? Why don't they just play dominoes and see who wins? It'd be cheaper, wouldn't it?
You'd think.
Yeah. Instead of going out and kill each other. Well, the thing is, the big wheels don't have to fight.
Right.
You know, the senators and presidents, they're not going to get within 100 miles, 1,000 miles of the war.
Right.
I'll bet you if the president and his son had to go, there wouldn't be any wars.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Did you ever ride in a tank when you were over there?
Very seldom. I never saw. We rode on top of them, but I never got inside the tank. When they wanted to get us to hurry sometime, about 6 or 7 of us to get on the back of the tank, and we'd get up to near the front lines, you know, and then jump off. I never got inside one. I wished I had it.
Yeah, really.
Been a lot safer.
How about the British sergeant who came to relieve your group?
Oh yeah, this guy. I was a sergeant, and I had my men on this hill, and we got a break. So it was British troops came. They were good soldiers too. British, they were really great. Hey Ken, how you doing?
Hey.
So the British sergeant was coming up to relieve me, and I says, Sergeant, I said, but what's, and I said, they've been attacking us around midnight. Every once in a while, they attack around midnight, I says. And he said, let the bloody bastards come. Hey, we're going to kill them anyway, he said.
Right.
Okay. They were tough, British, yeah. I'm glad they were on our side.
Yeah, can imagine.
Didn't lose them.
Did the Chinese fight in the war?
Yeah, the Chinese attacked us.
What were they like? Were they?
They weren't as cruel as the North Koreans, but we had defeated North Korea, to attack the capital and everything. We got almost to China. Looked up one day and there looked like 1 million Chinese coming, just thousands of them, and we had to retreat and so forth. You know, that war would have been over if they hadn't came in. They kept it going.
Did you get to meet the president while you were there?
Yeah. He wasn't a president then, he had been a president. After we took the North Korean capital, we had a little break, and he said that one day got together out in this field, we got a visitor coming, and we got out there and standing at attention. There's all jets circling overhead, protecting him, and a big helicopter landed, and he got out. And we were standing at attention, you know, as he walks by, and he looks at me and he says, how old are you, Sergeant? I says, 18, sir. He broke out laughing. He says, well, keep it up. You probably have my job. It was Dwight Eisenhower. He he was commander of all the troops in Europe, but for some reason he came to Korea just to check on the things, I guess, you know. He broke out laughing when I was 18.
Did you get any medals or like awards when you were there?
It's Purple Hearts.
Mhm.
And so most of your medals goes to the people back in the rear.
Right.
Ain't nobody you see do anything on the front lines.
Right.
If that guy back in the 10 miles back in the kitchen somewhere, if he cut his finger, he'd get the Medal of Honor.
Well, you had one person above you who would come out and fight, right?
Hmm?
Who was? I remember you telling me before, someone who, like a captain or someone who didn't have to fight on the front lines would always come out with you guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're doing it. Oh, geez, we talked to him. I'm trying to think of his name now, darn it.
Condon?
Hmm?
Condon or?
Sergeant Condon. He was a sergeant. He was great. He was right there. We really looked out for us.
Mhm.
But Scooter Burke was one that he was my he was a lieutenant then, I think. Yeah, Scooter Burke was. He'd get right up with the men.
Right.
He'd be right in the middle of the battle. He was really good. There's some good men over there.
Yeah. What about the time where you went up the hill with a group of you, and how many people came back?
Oh, we attacked the hill, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I forget exactly where it was at, but we attacked it and lost most of the men. It's just I think it was 20 or 30 of us attacked it. I think it's about 10 of us came back.
When did you finally get to come home?
Well, it was I was over there 9 months, I believe. And finally one day he came up and he said for me to go back to the headquarters. I don't know what I did wrong or something, you know. And went back and said, oh yeah, we're going to send you back to the States. They sent about 30 of us back on the ship after been there almost a year, you know.
Mhm.
That was the happiest day.
Where did you go back to?
Huh?
Where did you go? Did you go back to Aberdeen or back to Wellington?
Oh, I went back. I went home, and then they sent me to. They came in and said, "Sorry, you can have any post you want in the United States because you served in war," you know. And I looked on the map, and Fort Sill, Oklahoma was close, so I think Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and that's where they sent me. And I stayed there. I only came back. I'd already came to Aberdeen once and that, granted, you know, and then I'm sitting there in Fort Sill one time, and another sergeant came in. He says, he's all upset. What's the matter? He's well, I'm dating this girl here in Oklahoma, and I said, they're sending me someplace called Maryland. He says, I don't want to go there. I want to leave her. I said, well, I did know a girl, and I'll see if it tapped on another switch.
Mm-hmm.
He kept saying, yeah, Robinson, you go ahead. So I called her back. You know what she did? She said, you stood me up. Why didn't you go? I said, hon, when the captain tells you to get on a plane, you get on a plane.
Right.
I didn't get to call my parents. Nobody. I didn't have no phone. The next thing you know, I was in a foxhole. So. But she was mad because I didn't call her.
But she went on a date with you again, didn't she? She must have.
Oh yeah, she went again, yeah. I still remember before I was getting ready to go back to Fort. I was going back to Oklahoma after my basic training, and I said something about her. She said, "Well, I hate to see you leave." She says, "I don't want you to leave." I said, "Well, honey, the captain tells you you're going to leave, you leave." She said, "Oh," I said, "Well, you could go with me." She said, "I'm not shacking up with anybody." She said, I said, "We don't have to shack up." She says, You asking me to marry you? I says, yeah. She says, I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll come back. I went back the next night and picked her up. She got him. I said, well, she said, I'm going. Just like that. I'm going. If her father had been there, I bet he would never.
How did her sister, what did Aunt Catherine say?
Oh, well, her mother probably didn't like it either. Her mother was alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm sure she didn't like it. Somebody marrying her daughter.
When was that? When was that?
Well, that was right after I came back from Korea. Shortly after that. 1952 when we got married. I still remember her saying, I'm not excited with anybody.
And you didn't propose? So you didn't have the whole on the ground, with the ring and everything? None of that?
No, I just asked her to go. And she said, I said, well, you don't have to shack up. She said, you asking me to marry? I said, yes. She said, I'll let you know tomorrow. Next day I went, picked her up, and she says, well, what are you doing? She says, I'm going. Just like that.
Just like that. That's how it started.
That's all it was to it. You know, she went, her father had been alive. He would never, he wouldn't let him. She never knew her father.
Yeah, he died when she was 2, right?
2 years old, yeah. He'd have kicked me out of there.
You would have done the same too if someone tried to take Aunt Debbie when she was 18.
But I would never let him.
Yeah, you better believe that.
I know.
They wouldn't have gotten past the front door.
Yeah.
Alright, let me see if this...
I guess I better get back and oh.
Yeah. I don't know how long this has been out. Alright. Good work.
What's all them things doing you got?
This is a voice recorder. And then this is a video recorder.
Oh my gosh.
So, it's been